Welcome to the Danny Boy and Cousin Jesse podcast. I'm Danny Boy.
And I'm Cousin Jesse.
And we are ready for our interview with Gray Bear Comics.
Yes.
This is episode 20, by the way.
Yeah, big Vinte.
Yeah, big 2-0.
Yeah, Vinte.
We can now drink.
No.
No, not yet.
No.
Get away with rape.
Just paint thinner. Yeah, you could get away with rape easy.
We're
As
also
long as
swimmers,
you're,
so it works.
White and rich. And in college of some sort.
And swimmers, we like to swim.
Yeah.
So rape is okay. It's a joke.
Yeah, rape's not okay, and we're not that into swimming.
Wait a minute. Okay, I guess I'll let that one slide. That's cool. So, we're just waiting on the guys from Gray Bear Comics to message us. They live in either Houston or Dallas.
I think it's Dallas, what she said earlier.
A big city.
Yeah, bigger
We
than
don't
this
live
one.
in a big city, so
We
we don't
live
have
in
to.
a city.
We don't
Just
have
a
to
city.
worry about traffic
No.
unless it's exactly at 8 o'clock and all the little shitheads are going to school,
Or 5.
4 o'clock and all the little shitheads are coming back from school. And if you have any little shitheads in school, I'm sorry we called your kid a shithead.
Yeah.
But you probably think they're a shithead too.
Yeah, dude, whenever ours get older, they'll also be shitheads.
Oh,
though,
mine's
so-
already a shithead.
See, I mean, mine's still cool, but I mean, all he does is sleep.
Wait till he argues. Not vocally, but facially. Mine argues with me.
Oh, dude, he does that. He fights the bottle and goes, and waves his arms up and down like
Like,
a
I know you're
fucking
hungry.
maniac.
Put it in your mouth.
Yeah, he like smacks the bottle out of my hand.
Like, then I throw him across the room, and that'll teach him a lesson.
Yeah,
Back in my day,
I choke him out a lot.
is it weird being able to see all that stuff up there now?
There's big green lines.
Does it
kinda.
throw you off?
No,
we're
not at all.
we're
It looks like somebody has a red stick and they're just running with a long green ribbon. But real steady.
our voices are pretty straight.
Yeah, they're doing good there.
But yeah, we're recording directly to my computer because I figured out math or something. And,
Math or geometry or
so instead of
geography or
having to
something.
like save stuff on my laptop, which I was doing previously, I go straight to my computer. And on my laptop, like, it was the performance of the program we used was always at like 40% on my computer. It was like using 40% of my computer's ability.
Yeah.
On my like PC, my Big Daddy PC over there, it's like 2%. It's like,
awesome.
you call this a program? This is not program.
It's all beefy. It's cool looking too. I like your computer.
Oh yeah, look, check it out. Look, it's got lights on the inside.
Yeah. Mini lights. That's all I noticed.
Probably
It's
highly
the extent of my
highly
computer
inefficient
knowledge.
with all those lights on there.
I'm
but-
like, dude, I like your computer. It's got lights.
lights is pretty. That's what I said too. That's why I bought it.
You're like, it
Oh,
has fucking 8 terabytes. And I'm like, that's what. I mean, those lights, man.
it's got spinners on it. It's
Yeah.
awesome. But yeah,
I'm glad that's not a cool thing anymore.
dude, RealmsCon was awesome.
Well, was it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was great. I had a lot of fun. I got to hang out with the guys from Dread Time Stories, South STX Media,
yeah.
Jacob, my brother-in-law,
Mm-hmm.
and Sal. Hopefully we can get them this month. I want to try to get them in here.
Interview them.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Halloween. They do fucking horror shit.
Yeah.
It's like it was made in heaven or something. And then next month, I think Jess Ingalls finally got her book is going to be published.
Oh, really?
Like next month.
Good.
So-
Congratulations, Jess.
Your skinny ass is going to be on here pretty soon, Jess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you gained weight. She's happy now.
Oh,
That's what post she put. She gained weight.
So she's happy.
Yeah. I'm
Or
happy and I
because she's
lost
happy.
weight. I guess it's different for fat people. You go the other way. I'm happy, so I lost weight. I quit eating my pain and sorrow.
Eh.
That's weird how that goes. Now that I think about it. It's mean. That sucks.
Well, your diet, like towards the end, wasn't. It was mostly grains and stuff.
No, my diet mostly
Wasn't
towards
so
the
much
end
sorrow.
was just protein
Yeah, no sorrow.
and one little meal at the end of the day. That was my
That-
happy.
oh, that's
that was
your
my
sorrow.
light at the end of the tunnel was that little meal.
I get to eat food.
Yeah, now I can eat anything just in very small quantities.
Cool. You're
Like-
already at that.
Like one chicken,
Like a whole chicken.
yeah, one old chicken.
Live.
Beak and all. I love the feathers. Oh, hold on. We got a message. Oh, shit.
Oh, is it time?
Hey, man, I'm here. Senator contact. Oh, shit.
Ah!
Jesse, talk to the people.
People, he is setting up things. The interview is going to proceed. Meanwhile, in Corpus Christi, we got a bunch of cool shit coming up, guys. We got the Dia de los Muertos festival, which I mean, anyone that listens to this podcast probably in Texas, you know what this is. You know what that is. It's a festival for Day of the Dead. You know? And it's going to be pretty intense this year. We're going to have a pretty good lineup. I've pitched it before, but I'm getting more and more stoked. And found out we're going to play Muddy Roots. That's news since last time.
Everybody's gonna play Muddy Roots.
Yeah, everyone's playing Muddy. I know, it was funny. Like, everybody saw that we were playing it, and they're like, well, fuck. We could play that shit. Black Tarpoon's fucking playing.
They're calling us.
All right.
Stop. I'm recording now.
Okay.
It says
So
recording.
whenever you guys are ready to start, we're ready to roll.
Yeah, let's do this. Jesse, I have no idea what to do. You go ahead and introduce everybody. I'll let you run with it this time.
Welcome, guys. Today we have the writers and animators for Speak No Evil.
Yeah,
Hey guys,
and
what's going on, guys? What's going on?
yeah, they're here to, I guess, talk about issue 1 of Speak No Evil and kind of let you know about their Kickstarter for issue 2. And let's just talk to them about their comic book, which is awesome, by the way. You should go out and read it, go buy it,
Thank you.
and go
Thanks.
support that Kickstarter, because I want this issue as fast as possible, the second one. So
Well, if
we're
we
working
get
on
funded, we're hoping to get. If we get funded, we're hoping to have it printed by December.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that's the goal.
Nice.
Dude,
Yeah, so we're trying to do 2 issues this year and 3 issues next year. That's the plan. But I guess we should introduce ourselves, George, because we are.
Oh
guests
yeah,
here.
I guess we should do that.
So for those of you who don't know who we are, we're Gray Bear Comics. We're a company that just started making comics this year in Houston, Texas. My name is Justin Corbett. I'm the host of Comical Podcast. And
I'm
who are
George
you?
Shipsis. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have a like latency on my headphones. I'm sorry. I'm George Shipsis.
You're a little slow. Is that?
Yeah. I'm a little slow on my headphones here. I'm sorry.
It's all right, man.
Right. If you hear long pauses, people, it's us just making sure the other guy's finished talking. But yeah.
So yeah, we.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. What were you gonna ask?
Yes, sir. I was gonna ask. I believe we discussed this earlier, but as far as the setup for the first one, how long did it take y'all? Y'all said y'all were gonna do two a year so far, right? So it took y'all. As far as writing goes, how long did it take y'all to write the first issue?
The entire process took us about 2.5 months to get the final version that everybody sees now as the comic. But keep in mind, that was our very first comic book script, and neither one of us had any idea of how to write a comic book script. I've written short stories and stuff before, but I'd never really worked on comics. Aside from doing my podcast, where I do a lot of interviews with creators and stuff, I really didn't know that much about what goes into it. And George, like I said before, he comes from a filmmaking background, and he's written movie scripts, but he had never written a comic book script either. So it's kind of a learning
Which
process.
is very different, by the way.
Yeah, I figured.
Definitely a learning process for both of us, but we had a lot of help from people in the industry that I'm friends with that read over our script and gave us some advice. And in the end, I'm really happy with the final product that we put out.
And it also helped that the Speak No Evil was originally like a film idea that I had back in college, and I just never had the money or the time to produce it. And it was just kind of just sitting in my folders of unfinished stories, and I brought it to Justin. I was like, man, this is a good story, and what should I do with it? And he convinced me to make it into a comic book, and so he helped me. Yeah, and so he helped me, expand the story more, and we added a lot more plot and more characters, and it's drastically different than what I originally planned, but I think it's better this way.
Yeah, I agree, honestly. This would be hard to accomplish in just one movie, I think. I mean, I just like I said, I just read issue 1 so far, but the setup was very, very good.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. It's interesting, and it's not like any comic I've read recently.
That's what we were going for.
Yeah,
George's movie background definitely played a big part in the creation of this, because we tried to write the comic like a movie while still staying to the comic book
yes, sir.
style.
That came off very, very well too. The scene where they're in the water. I'm not going to go into it because I want people to buy this and read it. I'm not going to give off plot, but just them speaking to each other and the emotions that they had. It's very, very fluid, like a movie. It was good. It was very good.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
You flatter us.
Oh, right, too much, right? I'm doing too much.
No, it's never enough. You can keep flattering. Right? Keep it bringing.
We've had a hard week, so just flatter away. Just make it better for us.
Right,
Oh,
gone to
man.
fight traffic just to talk to our asses today too. So.
Oh yeah, cursing is totally allowed. I don't know if you guys have listened to the podcast before, but yeah.
I fucking thought it might be.
Yeah, you'd be hard pressed to find
mean,
a word we hadn't said yet.
What kind of fucking podcast would it be if we couldn't fucking curse?
NPR?
Fuck
one.
yeah.
NPR most.
That's a lie. I've heard them cuss on a couple of them. That is a lie. Yeah, actually, I heard about it. I think Justin was on the Metal Geeks. Y'all did like an episode where y'all were talking about it. That's actually where
Yeah.
I
Hey, that's
heard
my
about
show.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, oh, I gotta totally back this Kickstarter because this sounds so
Awesome.
interesting. And then I went to the Kickstarter and read about it. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, take my money. Like,
And we
I'm just
appreciate it,
happy
man.
to hear someone listens to Metal Geeks. That's great.
really? Because I follow it a lot. Like I have
That's
over
awesome.
I have over like 500 hours of podcast listening hours, and you guys have to be at least like 75 of that.
That's great, man. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to know somebody's listening to my crappy rants.
Yeah, no, you can tell the rest of the guys too. Be like, hey, there is one guy. And
We have one.
That's all it takes for us, because there's like 3 people that tell us like, hey, we listen all the time. We're like, good, we'll keep doing it just for you.
We're gonna say your name on the next podcast.
It's hard to build an audience, that's for sure.
Oh, it is. I've told them to. I was like, I've got a cup of water holding over my soundboard, and every time you guys say that you listen more, I back the cup off, just so we don't ruin the soundboard.
One day.
One more day.
One of the guys from band Bent Johnson String Band, somebody asked them, "What's your target audience?" And they said, "This guy named Oatmeal."
So, you guys, how much? Because I'm sure with this kind of storyline, y'all have to have so many written ahead of time. Like, how far are you guys? Are you already like done with the series, or you already have
like just mentally.
Yeah.
We've talked in depth about where the series is going to go. We're planning on doing 20 issues total, and we already know how it ends. We know where issue 10 ends,
That's awesome.
which is the halfway point, and then there's another time jump between 10 and 11. But we're breaking it up into 4 or 5 issue arcs, and the first arc is actually fully written. We have all 5 of the first issues ready to go. It's just a matter of getting funding and being able to pay our artists to pump it all out. But we're super proud of it. I feel like if you liked the first issue, you're going to absolutely love issue 2 and 3. Everything gets turned up to like 12 on both of those. So
Like
I
they
mean,
say in what's that that fake music documentary when you turn it up to 11?
yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
what happens.
Oh,
yeah. You
Spinal
can't turn it
Tap.
up any
Spinal
louder.
Tap.
We turn it up louder. There you go. Spinal Tap. We Spinal Tap this shit is what we do.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's balls to the wall action. We introduced like this crazy monster that shoots out of people's assholes, and his
Yes.
name is Athamon. He's a centipede demon. You see him on the cover of issue 2. He tends to crawl down people's throats and possess them, and then when the host body rejects him, he shoots out of their asshole and explodes their body. So the boys are trying to fight him with this equipment they found, and it's pretty epic,
And,
for lack of a better word.
Are y'all going to dual timelines as well, right? You're going to work the story from 2 different timelines at once. Did I pick up on that right, or?
Well, we introduced
Sort of, but not really.
Okay.
we introduced Tesla and Lovecraft just in the beginning, so everybody could see what happened, what was the catalyst for this chain of events. We will see what became of those 2 characters later on, and what became of Charles. But
okay.
we're not going to follow them along, except aside from in the Speak Up Chuck storyline. The 2-page story in the back of the book.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. I didn't want to give away too much though, but yeah, that's what I was going for there.
That particular story, we're going to see a lot more of how Charles and Tesla's relationship develops over time. We're planning on focusing on them as the main characters in that Speak Up Chuck story. So every single issue, you're going to get like a fun little comedy story in the back that just kind of gives you a little more insight into the events that led up to the tragic events of issue 1.
You get to see Charles be a fumbling idiot and make mistakes.
Good. Comic relief then. And a redhead at that too. So.
And that's
Yeah, well,
that's probably
definitely-
why Tesla's so mean to him, because he's a redhead.
Yeah, and they always get the ass end of it, don't they?
I'm guessing you're a redhead.
No, I have relatives though. And I see. So, about the Kickstarter, could y'all tell us a little more about the Kickstarter? Where we could look up? Is it just Gray Bear Comics?
If you go to Kickstarter and just type in "Speak No Evil," it should be the very first thing that pops up.
Okay.
Well, it'll show you issue 1 and issue 2, but issue 1 is fully funded and ended back in May. It's issue number 2 is the one we're kickstarting right now. But just in case anybody out there has not gotten a chance to read issue 1 yet, we do have a ton of rewards that include both issue 1 and issue 2, so you can back us and get both of those. We also have issue 1 available on our website, graybearcomics.com. That's GRAY. We're doing signings all over Houston this month, so if you happen to live in the Houston area, we're going to be at 8th Dimension Comics this coming Saturday. We're going to be at Pop Culture Comic Company on the 29th, I believe. And we're trying to set something up with Space Cadets up in the Woodlands for one of those middle weeks, but it's not confirmed yet.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys are moving.
And we also
That's
have
right.
a show coming up in November, the Brazos Valley Comic Con.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
November 5th through 6th, I believe,
Awesome.
up in College Station, I think.
Oh.
That should be fun, though. They have a lot of guests that are coming. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's always interesting, man. I want to meet Adam West so bad. Like, I hear he's always the life of the party. He'd get drunk, tell everybody to suck his bat dick.
I've heard similar stories. He's one of the few people I've never actually seen in person at cons.
Oh, really? Maybe that's
But,
why now.
Like, Adam, we can't have you saying stuff like that.
There's kids, man.
That's not the Batman I know.
He's like, did I bring the spare Robin costumes?
You put this on.
Now do the Bat Tootsie for me.
Oh god. So, what made this storyline come along? I was curious about that. Are you just interested in the two historical figures, Lovecraft and Tesla? Is that what brought this on, or?
Well, a long time ago, I saw like some fan art of Nikola Tesla and H.P. Lovecraft on a poster, and it said on the bottom of the poster, "Monster Hunters." I'm like, oh man, what a cool idea!
Done.
And then I started thinking about it, like, well, what if they really did know each other? What would that have been like, and what would have been the ramifications? And then out of that, I kind of wrote this like 30-page treatment for a movie I wanted to do. And I just never really had a chance to go back and fix it the way I wanted. And then I was complaining about it to Justin, and he told me to shut up and make it into a comic and stop bitching.
Well,
And
thank
so
God
here we
you
are.
did that, man.
Yeah, and I've been a fan of Lovecraft for a long time, and doing this comic has really kind of reinvigorated that for me because I've gone back and read all of his stories again. And
That's awesome.
Tesla is just a really cool historical figure, so I was on board with the concept from the beginning. It was just a matter of figuring out how to make it work and whether we wanted them to be the main characters in the story or whether we wanted them to be kind of supplementary.
Yeah,
And in the
key
end, we
storyline.
decided that. Yeah, in the end, we decided that they were a great catalyst for the chain of events, but not necessarily the people we wanted to make the main focus because there's too many things we could get wrong.
Exactly,
you know, with the
historically
histories.
speaking, yeah.
Yeah, so we tried
in
really
the
hard.
end, the story is not really about them. It's about the two young brothers and learning to grow up and learning to be men, but also learning to be one, help out each other. And it's all about brotherly love and adventure
Hell yeah.
and horror and
And
lots
ass
of mishaps.
demons.
Exploding ass
Dick and
demons.
fart jokes. And lots of dick and fart jokes.
And there is the female character Effie who comes in issue 2 who kind of
She's gonna be a
plays.
fan favorite. She's
Yeah.
such a badass. Like I'm really happy with how she came out because anytime, I mean, you talk to all these comic creators because I've interviewed a lot of people and random white dudes that are writing women or writing black characters or people of other races or other genders. It's kind of hard to get into their heads and write something that feels adequate. I feel like we did an amazing job with Effie. I'm really proud of her because she is a total badass.
Yeah, the way we introduce her is probably one of my favorites so far.
Definitely. I think people are really going to like it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I was always a Lovecraft fan. I just found out who the fuck Tesla was like 4 years ago. That's how fucking bad Edison got his ass. Like,
we did a podcast. We did a podcast a couple days ago where they asked us if we were going to add Edison into the comic and have him die like a horrible death or something. But we talked about this, and we do have at least one piece of dialogue where Tesla demeans Charles by making fun of Edison. So.
All right, that's good. Yeah, don't give him too much time though. That dude's been talked about enough. Damn it.
The truth.
Yeah.
So he didn't invent the damn light bulb. He's just badass at patenting.
Good at filing paperwork.
And money. He had a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's the tragedy of Tesla. It's like, dude, he was a brilliant man. He was just kind of awkward. So in social engagements, he didn't get to roll like he normally could.
Yeah, we kind of took liberties with Tesla in our story. We kind of made him like this gruff badass.
Yeah, I mean he's very reclusive.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In our story, it kind of feels like him and Lovecraft begrudgingly worked together because Tesla sought Lovecraft out because Lovecraft is the only person who might understand the supernatural side of this thing. And Charles is an assistant that he hired because he was the least bad of the applicants. But he really doesn't like him very much. And he's very gruff and very no nonsense kind of character. And he is a badass. I mean, when Tesla resurfaces later in the story, you will see that he has been prepping for the coming events for a while, and he's not at all what you expect him to be.
Wow, this is interesting. Dan,
So,
you got any questions?
Do you guys have any other stories or other comic books that y'all might be putting out at some point? Y'all kind of just working on Speak No Evil for now until y'all get y'all's footing down with that one.
We have a few.
We have a couple of other titles in the works. Once Speak No Evil is kind of running on its own steam, we can put our attention elsewhere.
Yeah, we have at least we have one more long form series that George had written as a movie again, which we think will work really well as a comic. And I'm really excited to get started on that one. And then we have a graphic novel that was an idea that I came up with that we're probably going to do after Speak No Evil issue 3. After we do the Kickstarter for issue 3, probably we'll do the graphic novel because that should be able to run on most of its own steam without a whole lot of management. But yeah, we're trying to create as many books as we can. It would be really nice to get picked up by a big publisher and be able to distribute it. But if that doesn't happen, we'll keep going the Kickstarter route and see what happens.
All right, well, thank you guys.
Yeah. How does that work? Could y'all sell directly to a comic book store, or would you rather be published?
Well, we've gotten books in a few different stores. It's really a matter of just talking to them and working out some kind of deal. You can definitely do that, but you can't really do that on your own on a nationwide kind of scale, unless you're John Hughes and you just devote your entire life to driving around the country doing that. If you get in with a publisher that has those kind of connections already with Diamond, then you can just submit to them, and then the publisher will print the book and send it to Diamond, and then Diamond will distribute it to every store that orders it, which is the only model for distribution that really exists for the comic book industry. That's the only way to get it in stores. Digitally, it's a different thing. Like, we're going to be on Comixology within the next week or so, I believe.
Oh, awesome.
And hopefully iTunes as well.
Hopefully iTunes pretty soon, too. And then even the Google store before too long. So, I mean, digitally, the book's available everywhere. You can buy it directly from us on our website. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we're attending a lot of cons and store signings and things like that. But the more material we have, the more justifiable it is for us to travel to some of the bigger events.
Yeah.
So I imagine in the next couple of years or so, we'll be hitting some of the more major cons, taking our stuff on the road and trying to promote in other major environments.
Yeah, West Coast, man. Right, the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we can definitely put you in contact. There's a couple of local comic book stores down here that there's a few people I know that would like to get a hold of it, and now that I know that you can go online and get it, I'll let them know about that. But yeah, for sure.
That would be great.
Yeah, we have digital or physical versions available on our website. Again, it's graybearcomics.com. Or, just go back to Kickstarter. That's actually way more helpful right now because then you get
Both.
issue 1 and issue 2, and it helps us meet our goal and get funded and being able to finish creating issue 2.
Yeah, we also have a retail value on our level on our Kickstarter for issue 2.
Yeah, so if you know anybody that has a store and they want to buy multiple copies, we have you can buy 5 copies of issue 2, or you can buy 5 copies of issue 1 and issue 2 to put out on your shelves if you are a retailer. We can even go beyond that. If you want to order more, then we'll just figure out what that's going to cost us, and you get a little bit of a discount if you're buying them in bulk.
Awesome.
Yeah. I know at least a couple of comic book store owners around here. I'll definitely let them know about that because, Texas guys got to stick together.
Right.
We appreciate it. Yeah, spread
Thanks,
the word,
man.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to spread the word on y'all's comic book company and the comic book itself, because I have a lot of friends that are into horror, and this would go so down their alley. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a few weeks left on our Kickstarter, man. So bring them on.
I will force them at gunpoint. I mean,
There you go.
Whatever it takes, man.
Whatever it takes. Tell them if they don't do it, we will kill a favorite character of theirs, even though they haven't read it.
I think right now we're sitting at $1,800, which is about 36% of what we need. We're asking for $5,000 this time, so I think we have just over 3 weeks left to raise that amount. So anything helps, guys. I mean, even if you only come on and do like the $5 level and get the digital copy, I mean that everything helps. So
it's still something.
if you can support us at all and you want to check out the book, please do. We have some great rewards too.
yeah, we capitalized on the get your name in the back of the comic book for the last one. So. Probably do that.
We even have a level to where you can get your likeness drawn in issue 3.
Yep.
Yes.
I'll have to look at that later. But
It's funny because one of the guys that did that for issue 2 came back and did it again for issue 3, and he's like, my guy has to stick around because I want to like he's
Don't kill off my character.
Yeah, we intended the character to be like different people, but we figured out a way to make it work with the same background character showing up in multiple scenes across multiple books.
like he kept donating, so we had to make him a part of the story.
He's the main
Hey,
character.
You give us enough money, we'll make you a half naked cheerleader wearing a bikini, and we'll just put you in there.
There you go.
So, and then we'll draw you in a comic book.
But yeah, this is awesome. Oh, by the way, who does the art? Jesse was admiring the art as he was reading it.
We're actually a fully fledged international team. George and I are the writers here from Houston. Our artist is Samir Samao. He's from Brazil. And then our colorist is Chunlin Zhao, and she's from China. And our letterer is Ben Krieger from Oregon. So we're kind of all over the place, but I feel like we have a really great team. Everybody works really well together, and Samir and Chunlin complement each other so well.
Yeah, they do.
I love the art in the book so much. We got really lucky finding Samir. He was definitely the best choice for this book.
Which I had a push for, by the way.
You want to tell that story?
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure they've heard it before.
No, go ahead. We haven't heard it. And
so when we were looking for artists, we had like maybe over 500 people, or at least 500 artists come through, and a lot of them were bad, and maybe like 10 or 20% of them were really good. And so siphoning through every single one, we narrowed it down to like maybe 4 of them. And one of them was just kind of an asshole, and he didn't want us to do a test page for us. And then Samir just kind of showed up out of the blue at the last second, and I fell in love with his art instantly. And I was telling Justin, like, dude, this is the guy. He's great. We got to get him to do a test page. And he was very like, oh,
initially I didn't want to do it. What we did is we put ads up on a bunch of different sites, and we got a ton of artists that responded, and had to comb through it and narrow it down and then narrow it down more. And we finally got it down to like three people that we asked to do test pages for us. And like George said, one of them was an asshole, and he was just like, I don't do test pages. Either you like my stuff or you don't. And that's kind of it. So we dropped him, and then Samir's stuff came in that night. It was like right when we were on the eve of like making a decision between these other 2 guys. And George was like, we need to ask him to do it. My feeling was that we had already asked, 2 people to do it. I wanted to wait and see what they came back with before we started asking more people. Because really, if you're asking somebody to do a test page, it could just be a waste. They could just be doing it and nothing ever comes of it. They may not get a job out of it. So it's kind of a hard ask from artists. Like if you follow a lot of artists on social media, they complain about that kind of stuff, and they complain about not getting paid for doing art and things like that, or people offering to hire them for exposure and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't want to be that guy that was just demanding test pages from people left and right. So I kind of put Samir on the back burner until the other guy was an asshole. And then I was like, well, sure, I guess we'll have him do it since we have one less guy. And then Samir sent his stuff in that day or the next day, and it was the best one by far. And some of the other people took like a week and a half to send them their stuff.
I was going to say, wow, that next day, that's really quick.
Yeah, he's really fast. He's really talented. I mean, granted, the first one he sent in was before he had done any kind of character designs or anything. But it was actually, if you look in issue 1, the page where they crashed through the barrier and skid out onto the ice.
Yeah.
That was his test page.
Wow.
The only thing he changed going from test page to final version was the faces of the characters.
Wow. And the inside of the car.
And the interior of the car. But everything else stayed the same. The bridge stayed the same. The cars stayed the same. And the way that if you really look at that page and pay attention, the action that's in that page is something you don't see in comics very often. It's very hard to do car chases. It's very hard to do car accidents in comics. It's something you almost never see if you really pay attention because artists are not good at drawing them, but Samir really is. So
yeah, I also liked on like the first or second page where you have that little monster in the corner biting on the edge of the.
Yeah, he's one of our favorites.
He's like our mascot now at this point.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, his artwork is amazing. I have a lot of comic books. I read a lot of comics, and his artwork is just awesome.
I think we got a couple original art pages left.
Yeah, we have 3 pages from issue 1 that are still available on the Kickstarter. I think actually one of them sold today, so we have 2 pages left from issue 1. We will have, I believe, 10 pages from issue 2 that will be available as rewards. So if you, I mean, we have some of the pages up there as previews, but honestly, the art in issue 2 is better than the art in issue 1. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you can believe it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. That's amazing. I'm excited.
Our feeling is that for issue 1, he wasn't sure if this was gonna, at least for the first half of the book, he wasn't sure if this was gonna become a thing or if the Kickstarter was gonna get funded. And it's not that he phoned it in, but he probably didn't devote as much energy to it as he could have.
Yeah.
At least in the first half of the book. And now that he's bought into it, he really likes the story and he really likes the creatures we're coming up with. He's really putting a lot of detail in. We got this page today, which George posted a preview of on our Instagram and Facebook and stuff. It's unbelievably amazing. Like the picture George posted is right after one of the goons gets like vivisected, like a monster flies through his stomach and there's a giant gaping hole, and 2 of these goons are leaning over and looking through the hole, and there's just blood oozing and dripping through the wound. It's amazing.
Awesome.
It's such a cool image. Like, he's really gone to a lot of lengths to make every single page as detailed and as action packed as possible. I'm super excited for people to see it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just showed it to Jesse on Instagram.
It's really cool, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh man, I can't believe you could get better than issue 1.
We couldn't either, honestly.
Well, I mean, just look at the cover. That cover alone for issue 2 is amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
And all our variant covers for issue 2 are great too. We have one by Holly Randall, and Samir did another variant cover, which was also on the back of issue 1.
Yeah, if you look at the last page of the issue 1 Kickstarter, you can see the demons. There's like a demons page, and they're flying around Tesla's lab, just kind of tearing up all the equipment. That's one of the variant covers for issue 2.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then
James Ferry did one of Effie.
Yeah, the very last one's of Effie, and that was done by James Ferry. And it's kind of a cool thing too. If you really pay attention to the back of it, you can see there's like a little centipede shadow kind of in the background.
Oh, okay.
So that wasn't even something we asked him to do. He just added that at the end, and it kind of added like a whole nother layer of coolness to it.
Hell yeah. Awesome. It's so much depth. I love it. I really, really do.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna share the hell out of it until people, you guys get to your goal, because we definitely want this to keep going.
Oh, I would super appreciate it, man.
'Cause I'm tired of seeing things I love die.
Is that a reoccurring issue?
No, not really.
Right.
Okay, good.
Still pissed about Rugrats?
Yeah,
I
Rugrats.
know.
It should never happen.
Well, they did Rugrats all grown up. I mean,
It was
what else
horrible.
did you want?
To them of not to have done that.
Yeah.
Would have been great.
What is like a
They,
grown-up Rugrat?
they can't be babies forever.
Right? They're just
It's so weird.
rats.
So weird that they're bringing up Rugrats because we were talking about Pete and Pete yesterday.
Oh shit.
Oh, that is weird. So another Nickelodeon thing making a comeback.
Yeah, Legends of the Hidden Temple is coming back. Actually, I think it already came back.
It's a TV movie.
What?
It's a TV movie. It's not the TV show. It's not like the
Game
Not the
show?
game show. Yeah, it's not the game show.
Oh,
It's a TV fictional movie based on the game show.
that's gross.
It looks kind of fun,
I'll
but
give it a shot.
if you're not a tween, you might not enjoy it.
They're just sitting there texting the whole time. I don't get it.
Still a tween at heart.
I don't know about that. Have you talked to any tweens lately?
No.
They're oh man, the younger generation is very strange.
All the teenagers I know keep on saying "dicks out for Harambe" and shit. So
Yeah, that sounds about right. I went to we have a local Realms Con here in Corpus, and I swear to God, I heard that at least 500 to 600 times within a span of a couple
Jeez.
hours.
See, I had no idea this was a thing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
there's actually a comic book on Kickstarter that was about Harambe that got like super funded really fast.
Yeah,
Dude, that's what you gotta do, right? Just watch the news and fucking pick out a character.
Well, that's
Like,
what you
you're
guys need.
done.
You guys need a comic
Right.
of a gorilla with boobs in a bikini, and it'll get
Called it a sexy gorilla agent.
sex hambe.
Sex Hambe. There you go.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for coming on the podcast. It was
Yeah, appreciate
awesome.
it, guys.
Y'all are
Seriously.
technically
thank
our
you for having
first,
us.
technically our first interview. So yeah,
Besides Violet and Jake.
Awesome.
Cool.
Phone calls.
Those are friends.
Hopefully it was nice and gentle for you.
Yeah, it was gentle but firm. It's what
There
we
you
needed.
Thank you guys so much. If y'all want to plug everything again, all the websites and stuff, go for it. We'll
Justin?
yeah, sure. So don't forget to check out the comic on Kickstarter, Speak No Evil issue 2. If you want to check out issue 1, we have it on our website, which is graybearcomics.com. That's GRAY. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, where we are Gray Bear Comics pretty much everywhere. If you want to check out our podcasts, I do Comical Podcast, which is pretty much anywhere that podcasts are available. Just do a search for Comical Podcast or go to comicalpodcast.com. If you want to check out George's show, Metal Geeks.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
And you go to anything Metal Geeks, social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is at Metal Geeks. And if you're looking for me, I'm George Tripsas. Very easy to find. TRIPSAS.
awesome,
Yes, sir.
awesome. Thank you guys so much. Y'all have a good night.
You
Hey,
too.
man,
Thanks
thank
for having
you.
us on, man. We appreciate it.
All right.
Y'all take care.
You too.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Fucking October.
Yes.
It is the month we all wait for,
All right, so
and Christmas.
we're plugging fucking horror comics and horror movies.
yeah, fuck yeah.
Now.
That's what we do since 6 months ago.
Yeah.
That's what we do now, motherfuckers.
Who you questioning? You guys get off his nuts already.
Yeah, here are my nuts again. They're sore. I don't appreciate it.
Guys.
Guys, can you please stop it?
Oh god.
That chair's a mess, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on that
I
chair.
have no idea. There's some explosives over there. C4.
Well, I'm not even worried about explosives anymore
Battery.
since somebody's phone could fucking go off and shrapnel could kill me at any moment. Is that a Samsung? Get the fuck out of here.
He's got a bomb.
Dude, I watched
Run.
The Daily Show last night, and they were saying on an airplane, this dude's fucking new
Yeah,
Samsung.
the
he
brand new ones that were released to fix the ones that were fucked up.
said, but he was like, dude, this is like the definition of white privilege. He's like, a guy stands up with smoke pouring out of his pockets, takes his phone out of it, and throws it on the ground,
and everybody on the airplane's like, dude, you okay? So if that dude was Arab, they would have tackled the shit out of him.
He'd have been shot. He wouldn't have been tackled. He'd have been shot by an air marshal so fucking quickly. He would have just stood up and been shot.
God
He was
damn.
already. If he had a turban on, he'd have been marked from the time he got on that fucking plane. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna stare at this guy.
Don't sneeze.
Why does the guy sitting next to me have his hand in his jacket constantly?
Right. Oh, he's beating it. No.
Is he stroking it?
I'm
Is
not-
that your gun or your dick?
Yeah. I'd really be more comfortable if that was a gun at this point.
You're kind of grunting. It's weird, man. It's really weird. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, that's totally cool.
Ooh. Where are we at?
God, I hope that's recording. It doesn't look like it is. Maybe if I turn us up. No, turn us down.
It's moving.
Turn us up.
That little thing.
Turn us down.
Does that mean anything?
I have no idea.
Let's
We'll find out. If
let's
not, we'll
find
just
out,
fucking
yeah.
post the damn
the interview.
the interview. Fuck it. We're not that interesting. Talk about it next time.
Damn it! I thought we hit some good points here with the Elton John show.
The
and
Elton-
such.
And Oatmeal's fucking life threats against me. And clowns. Go figure.
Yeah.
The one thing Oatmeal didn't want to be associated with.
Alright.
Now he is
Now
forever.
it's his lifeblood.
Yep. This is a horrible time to be Oatmeal. Horrible
Halloween.
time.
Hey, you know what? His whole clown thing is bullshit because I've seen him be a clown for Halloween. He was the dude from fucking
It?
no fucking
American Horror Story?
no
Running out of clowns. Bozo?
no House of a Thousand Corpses.
Missed it. That See, but it's different when you are the clown because you don't see the clown.
Yeah, but what are you doing being a clown if you hate clowns?
Jerking off feverishly in a mirror.
Clan members don't go in blackface. Well, maybe they would. And for Halloween.
But they're not afraid of black people. Like, oh god, a black person. Let's run.
in groups they are. I always love that people like that are racist or super not racist in groups are there. Like, you know when to keep your fucking mouth shut. Oh, I thought it was white pride. No. You're in a group of Mexicans. They're gonna kick the shit out of you if you keep talking about your white pride. It's like, this one guy I knew.
Heard you spewed about it last week there, Jefferson.
Yeah. It's like, dude, that's like, I told him, I was like, in county, you're going to keep your mouth shut. Nah, fuck that. I'm proud to be white. Yeah. You're going to be super proud.
You're gonna be black and blue here pretty soon too if you don't shut the fuck up.
Right, in prison, you can fucking go on about your Nazi shit, but you're in fucking...
You're in jail.
You're in county, bro. You're going to get the shit kicked out of you.
Because odds are you're with a bunch of Mexicans because they're horrible people.
And all of them are criminals.
There's rapists.
Yeah. God damn it. Build that wall.
Build a wall.
Jesus Christ, man.
Have them build it.
Yeah. I don't understand any of this shit.
What did I talk about this last time? There's a YouTube video of some guy where he's like pretending to be some Mexicans. Like, Mr. Trump, we built wall, but we stayed on this side, so we're stuck. We can't go back across. It's a really good wall. Like, we can't climb it. There's no doors or nothing, so we're kind of stuck here, man. And it's just, he's just like, okay, bye. We'll see you later. And they just walk off the other direction. I just thought that was fucking hilarious. Like, that would be something that happened. They fucking build the best wall ever. It's like super high, no fucking doors to get to the other side. And they're like, well, we're here, so, you know.
Did you see the South Park from last season?
No.
It's like the exact opposite. It was like Canadian immigrants. They're all goddamn immigrants taking our jobs. And then in the end, like fucking Canada, they go up there. They're like, we're going to build a wall. And they go up there and Canada built a wall first. They're like, nah, fuck you guys. We don't want nothing to do with you, eh?
Get the fuck out of
And they're like, fuck him, he can't build a wall. It's so awful. And like Garrison's like a Trump-like character, and they're doing the election right now, and it's him versus Hillary, and they're like, how are you voting? Are you voting for douchebag or turd sandwich? They're going back to their roots. He's like, oh well, normally this is a douche household, but I think we're voting turd sandwich this time around.
Oh, man. We try not to get to politics, but goddamn, they both fucking suck.
Yeah, dude. And I don't think anyone... That's not even getting into politics. That's just acknowledging the fact that everyone agrees.
As
with
general
it.
human beings, not even as fucking candidates. They just suck.
I wouldn't want to hang out with either one of them. Dude, I've heard so much about both of them recently.
Honestly, if the gorilla was still alive, I'd vote for fucking Harambe. Like at this point, like not even kidding. Like he could shit and throw it at some kind of like anything.
Missionary group.
Yeah,
I don't know why
God.
that's what I came out with.
missionary. Yes,
A missionary group. People spreading the word of God. Harambe could throw shit at them.
I'd still vote.
And,
for
and
him.
I'd vote for him as opposed to the two candidates we got.
But he's pro-life. Fuck. I mean, that's acceptable.
Fucking Bill Hicks, you ever heard of him? The comedian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, he was going on about it. He's like, these pro-life people piss me off. He's like, if you're so pro-life, don't be standing in front of abortion clinics. I want you to hold hands and block off the cemetery. He's like, nope, not in here. Not today. She was 98. She died of a car wreck. Well, there's options. We're pro-life.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, Bill Hicks was so fucked up. Great guy, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, I think we could call it.
Yeah, I think we're going to today.
Yeah, let's
'Cause,
find out if there's even a fucking podcast right
Yeah.
now.
If not, you're gonna get. We're not even sure why we're still talking at this point. Because if not,
Just in case.
there's
We're-
nothing.
This is filler, just because we love that 9 of you that might still exist right now.
yeah, Sierra,
Abel,
Oatmeal,
Jacob sometimes,
Jacob every once in a while,
my sister
your
sometimes,
sister.
Tina. Sabrina doesn't listen to the podcast.
It's understandable. I don't listen to it.
You listen to it like 4 times a day.
I listen to it more than I have to,
Yeah.
more than necessary.
I like hitting it back like every once in a while. I'm like, I forgot about that
Hey, we're
episode.
funny.
Yeah.
I like this.
This is
I
that
sound
time.
like a douchebag.
Yeah.
That's what I used to say. Like, oh, my voice.
Ugh. Every time I laugh, it spikes.
How do people listen to me?
I'm disgusting.
Got my gun. Let's see who else would listen. I don't know. I don't think Violet listens. I think she pretty much said that directly last time we called Jacob on the phone. I listen when Jacob does out loud, so never. The same thing with our wives. Neither one of our wives listen. That's okay. Probably better that way.
Our friends, we have friends in Austin that still listen.
Oh, really?
Mason, Ryan Galbraith, they both listen every
I'm
once in a while.
sorry. Mason.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Mason, you're on the road. This should fill up some time.
No, Mason's not. Stin's on the road.
Mason, just listen to it.
Yeah.
Stin, get Stin to listen to it. They're driving. It'll help the road time.
I don't think Stin listens.
Fuck. Mason, tell Stin to listen. I know you'll do it.
If you listen to this one.
Yeah. You might. Probably not.
It's always a gamble.
Nobody ever does.
No.
Nobody's listening to this one. Do you ever, it's probably not even fucking recording at this
Oh my
point.
god, yeah. On that note, the podcast is over.